A Stegosaurus fossil recently sold at Sotheby's for $44.6 million. We're going to talk about that and more fun Stegosaurus facts while we sketch this little dino. So let's just turn the page and get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Uh-oh, something's happened. My camera is not working. Stop. Over the shoulder camera, deactivate, activate. There we go. Are all of my cameras off? Overhead, yep. All of my cameras are off. How does that even happen? Overhead, junior cam, deactivate, activate. Junior cam's not working. Why not? Junior cam, activate. There we go. Now everything should be working. Sorry about that, folks. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 5:30 in the morning on a Tuesday morning. 5:30 in the morning on Tuesday mornings is when I like to do a little thing where I pull a toy from the toy box, a random object from the Random Object Randomizer, and I draw it, and we talk about it. Now, I know the screen's black for a few minutes, and I can only apologize about that. I'm telling my mom because she's talking to me live on the phone, and there's a lag, so she may not hear what's going on the computer. But at 5:30 in the morning on Tuesday mornings is when I like to do a little thing where I pull a random object from the Random Object Randomizer, a toy from the toy box, and I draw it, and we talk about it. And today's random object from the Random Object Randomizer is a Stegosaurus.
There you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had that little circle going in the middle of my screen. Your computer just don't.
Alright, it'll be right back. Love me some Gremlins first thing on a Tuesday morning. Love me some Gremlins first thing on a Tuesday morning. There's nothing that says I love doing this more than dealing with Gremlins first thing on a Tuesday morning. Anyway, so today's random object from the Random Object Randomizer is a Stegosaurus. Now, I was concerned because when I pulled this Stegosaurus out of the Randomizer, I recognized it as one I have done recently. And I was concerned that having done this particular one recently, I was concerned that I wouldn't find much to talk about. Oh, there's Pamela and Rick. That I wouldn't find much to talk about, and that it would seem a bit repetitive. And it's funny because I pulled up the old drawing. The last one was in September. It was 9 months ago. It wasn't just the other day. It was in September. Almost a year ago, 9 months ago. But in my passage of time in my little brain, it's only been a few weeks. Funny to me how our brains do that. How our brains tell us time about how rapidly something has happened, how recently something has happened. But we did this particular one, back in September of 25. So I don't think we're in danger of too much repetition there. I think it'll stand alone. Gotta get those bumps on there and those plates on there just right. Anyway, recently in 2024, a specimen of Stegosaurus sold, one of the most complete specimens ever found. Sold, I think it was at Sotheby's. When it went for auction, they expected it to bring in about $4 million, between $4 to $6 million. And Ken Griffin, the billionaire, bought it for $44.6 million. Now, you got to wonder what a billionaire is going to do with a Stegosaurus. With a Stegosaurus in his living room. I guess he's just going to put it up in his living room and say, "Yeah, this is my Stegosaurus. I've named him Bob." You know, that's one of them things where if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there'd be signs. People would walk into my house and there'd be a Stegosaurus. But this apex holds the record, the current record, of being the largest, most complete specimen ever found, at 11 feet tall at the shoulders and upwards of 20 feet. Some records indicate 27 feet, but some records just say 20 feet, and the difference is, you know, there's missing pieces. So it's fun to say it's one or the other, but honestly, it's more accurate just to say it's over 20 feet long. That's enough pencil. That's just enough pencil to confuse me. Let's move to pen. My mom's asking Pamela if she's excited. Pamela's in the chat. Pamela's been drawing succulents every day for July rather. And she's down to the last few days. My mom's in the chat taunting Pamela. Are you excited that we're down to the last 4 days of succulents? That's funny. But Apex replaced Sophie. Sophie was the previous record holder. She's in a London museum, and she was 9.5 feet tall and about 18 feet long. Apex is about 30% larger than she was. Apex is about 30% larger than she is, because she's still, the specimen still exists. There were 3 more specimens that sold recently at Christie's, and they sold for, the collection sold for $15.7 million, with one particular specimen bringing in a little over $4 million. And that's got the scientific community concerned, because if it's becoming a status symbol for billionaires to buy fossils up, then the fossils end up in billionaire private collections and not in the museums where the public can get an opportunity to view them. And that's long been a concern. Private collections versus museum collections. That's always been a concern, even with art and scientific discoveries. But most of the best collections end up being donated to museums upon the death of the collector. And if they're just on display, even if they're just on loan, because the heirs don't want that. The heirs aren't interested in that. That was Dad's crazy fascination. Now, granted, in my household, if I bought a Stegosaurus, upon my death, my kids would fight over it. Nah, that's my Stegosaurus. Dad told me. No, I helped Dad polish it. That's my Stegosaurus. My kids would fight over it. 3 of them would. I don't think my oldest daughter would fight over the Stegosaurus. Guaranteed both my sons and my youngest daughter would. Subtle hint. Pamela says she was so excited about being finished with succulents that she painted a sunset yesterday. Crazy. Hey, so I booked a room in Oklahoma for the was it the 28th of August?
Yes.
For the weekend of the 28th of August, it's the county fair in Chickasha. And my dad and I are going to go to the county fair. Maybe we could all hook up for a late afternoon Saturday somewhere west of Yukon. Maybe we could get me and Rick and Pamela and Joe together for coffee somewhere, maybe quick sketches, or at least an afternoon of lively discussion. I know that's quite a drive from Guyman, and I think Joe would be coming from Muskogee. That is not, but on the map, they're only about a quarter an inch away from each other. But it would be fun, and it would be nice to see my friends again. We're gonna see the grandbabies. Get some Chinese food from our favorite Chinese food restaurant. I don't think our favorite Chinese food restaurant is going to be there very much longer. Both of her kids are graduated college now. I think they're going to be restaurateurs for very much longer. So we need to get Chinese food. They have been there a long time. They've been there as long as Misty and I have been together. They started the restaurant. I believe they started the restaurant the year my beautiful young bride and I started dating. I believe that's accurate. But anyway, that weekend we're going to go to. We're going to go out there Thursday night, stay Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, and come back Sunday.
You filling your pen?
I was. Not my ink pen, no. I know you were concerned that I might get ink all over everything today. But no, I was filling my water brush. This is my favorite part of the process. This is the part of the process that turns the whole thing into a dimensional object. Up until now, it's just lines on a page, but once you start doing this, it becomes, it takes on shape and becomes a dimensional object.
Funny story.
Yeah?
Yesterday afternoon, we're hanging an outdoor fan on the patio.
Oh, yeah?
Okay. And so, your dad's holding it up there, and I just get the screw started. He takes over and he screwed it in, and he says, you know, this is my favorite part. Oh my goodness, that was so fun.
I hope a lot of people start saying this is my favorite part. Anytime they get to their favorite part, I hope they hear in their own head. I hope they say to themselves, "This is my favorite part of this whole process." Up until now, it's just a collection of parts, but once you do this, it becomes the object you're trying to build.
This fan blows a little bit stronger than we anticipated.
Yeah,
It'll blow the mosquitoes away.
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Mosquitoes are bad this year. I went through all that trouble to make my shadow darker, and then watered it down so that it wouldn't be as dark.
Your music is fading in and getting louder, fading in and getting louder.
That's weird.
It certainly is. It's distracting.
Maybe,
and that's okay.
Maybe I should turn it off altogether.
Because now you can barely hear it.
There's no pleasing you.
All of them, they can't hear anyone.
Well, I can't hear the music. It's not playing in studio. It's only playing for you guys. Its only purpose is to entertain you when I'm not talking.
It's like you're turning the volume up and turning it down, turning it up, turning it down.
Well, I did turn it down when you told me it was too loud.
Oh, Pamela says she thinks they can make that work. She'll start planning for it.
That would be so much fun. Go. I just love that part right there. I think we're ready to dry that and come back with some color. Stegosaurus has been extinct some 160 million years, they think. And that puts it extinct at least 80 million years before the first T-Rex shows up. Which is funny because in almost every dinosaur movie, you will find stegosaurs contemporary with T-Rex. Fantasia had them fighting each other. Journey to the Center of the Earth had them fighting each other. I don't remember there being a Stegosaurus in Land of the Lost. This Saturday morning show that came on when I was a kid. I don't remember a Stegosaurus on Land of the Lost. But many shows put Stegosaurs and T-Rex as contemporaries. And Jurassic Park can get away with it because, you know, they're recreating fossils. They're recreating dinosaurs out of DNA. They're cloning them. They're not finding them and saying, "Oh, these are together." But, and I may be wrong, I think the Stegosaurus is Jurassic and the T-Rex is Cretaceous. I think of the two, I think Stegosaurus is the only one that was accurate for the movie. Could be wrong on that one.
In land of the lost Spike was a Stegosaurus.
Spike is a Stegosaurus. That's right. I forgot about Spike. Thank you. I forgot about Spike.
No, that's not true. Rick says he bet you and he will stay in trouble with their beautiful bride that entire weekend. No bride for you.
My bride won't be there. She'll be teaching school by then. It'll be me and my dad. If my dad goes with us to meet up, it'll be me and my dad. So it'll be the three of us causing trouble for Pamela. She'll be teaching school by then. Vermilion. There's a little bit of a lag. So the Vermilion was like 5 minutes ago for me. Capture some of those textures with some layers. I've got a lime green layer and then a forest green layer and now a blue green layer, just so I can capture some of those textures.
I think it's funny how they always make dinosaurs green.
Yeah, especially since they don't have any reference whatsoever. But, you know, I'm sure that's because most reptiles appear green to us. We've got iguanas and chameleons out there rocking the green. So
Pamela says she lives for trouble.
She is trouble.
It's not that misunderstood. It will still be fun to get up on Pamela.
It will be. It will be. I'm taking my dad to see the county fair is what we're doing. We're going to see the county fair and my grandkids. His grandkids and great grandkids and my grandkids, which are the same people. That's the whole purpose of the trip, is to see the grands and go to the county fair. Let me dry this real quick and then we can ink it. We're running out of time. It is already 5:58. But the Land Before Time put Land of the Lost can get away with it because they are a show about the animals falling into that trap, into that underworld, just like Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition at the greatest earthquake. Anyway, nobody under 50 knows what I'm talking about. But the Land Before Time puts Spike contemporary with Littlefoot and Sharptooth and Sarah Ducky. The Little Mermaid had an episode. I'm going to give full disclosure here. I discovered that there's a Little Mermaid television series. I had no idea. So, as far as the accuracy of the Stegosaurus episode of the Little Mermaid television series, I couldn't tell you anything at all about it. It was on my list of media places that Stegosaurus has appeared. Is the extent of my knowledge of the Little Mermaid. But the Little Mermaid being set in the Caribbean in at least the 1700s. It's unlikely that there would be a Stegosaurus there, but you know, she has access to the whole ocean. There's no telling what kind of forgotten islands she found. But not since she got them legs. Sorry, that was loud.
You go with your household, though.
They deserve it.
They're sweet.
They deserve it. They've got to get their schedule straightened out. They've got 2 weeks to get their schedule straightened out.
You're beautiful and bright. That's not that beautiful. She has till Monday.
What happens Monday?
That's when her professional days.
Oh my.
According to the calendar.
Oh my.
In reality, that's what the calendar says.
What is today? Today is the 28th. It's my half birthday. No, my half birthday was in June, wasn't it? January to February, March, March to April, April to May, May to June, June to July. No, today's my half birthday. Very merry birthday to you. To me. All right. So there it is compared to the photograph. Now let me show you before we switch. Back in September, we did this one. So now we have a collection of them to compare. When you do the same model over and over, all you have to do is turn a little bit and you get a completely different practice. So last time we did a full profile, this time we did a three-quarter view. And this was September 24th of 2025. All right, so that's what it looked like compared to the photograph. Let's see it. Let's see it from my perspective. Do. There it is from my perspective. I made his head a little bigger than it should have been. We'll critique it. We're about, I don't know if you noticed this. We're just about 2 weeks away from the end of this book. And that feels like we just started this book. We're 2 weeks away from the end of it. Tomorrow, what do we have tomorrow? You can tell by the sound that it's a bingo ball. And then that camera is frozen. Why didn't we catch that at the beginning? And what a good place to catch me frozen. How exciting a view was that? Me catatonic. So we have a bingo ball tomorrow. And I could tell you the number. The number is 114. That's exciting, I'm sure. But it corresponds to this 114 on this tag right here, which is, I believe, a Hercules beetle. I could be wrong, but I think that's a Hercules beetle. My son would be able to tell you. My youngest son loves these things. This is his favorite. This is his favorite bug in the whole wide world. Well, Hercules beetles are. Actually, I think the Hercules beetle is the one with the big hook going over the front. So, I don't know. This is what we're gonna draw tomorrow, because you know I love drawing the bugs. So you're gonna want to set your notification bell for that. But guys, otherwise, thank you so much. Steggy hasn't changed these colors. I was noticing that too. Bamla, my color choices were very similar, weren't they? Almost laying them side to side. I noticed that my color choices didn't change at all. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really do look forward to this every day when I get to art with my besties. I've been sitting in this chair since 4:45 this morning. The show doesn't start till 5:30. I look forward to it every day. It holds me accountable to my art practice, and is often the only art I get to do. Hopefully, it inspired you to do a little bit of creativity on your own as well. Pamela, Rick, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Mom, Dad, thank you as always for your help. Be sure and tune in tomorrow. Same Artistic Biker time, same Artistic Biker channel, and then we dance. We dance until somebody says they see me dancing, because when they see me dancing, I will know that the lag has caught up with the stream, and I won't be cut off mid-sentence, because being cut off mid-sentence is rude. Nobody likes that. It gives everybody a chance to click the clicky thingies and say hello and goodbye to each other, so that they can ask any questions of each other that they may have. But the most important thing is that I don't get cut off mid-sentence, because that's rude. Now, here's the problem. My lag has me all the way back to still showing a bug. So I'm going to really need my mom to tell me she sees me dancing when she sees me dancing. Because I can't tell if it's my lag or if it's, oh my goodness, I'm an old man. I'm getting tired. This is the reason I don't go out dancing anymore. Woohoo! Woohoo! I can't keep dancing. Ah! Oh my goodness. I really have the lag. It's a really long lag today. But if I turn the camera off too soon, it'll cut off before the information is finished. What's funny is the recording picks up all this. Mother, are you still there? Mom, do you have me on mute, Mom?
No.
Okay, then am I not dancing yet?
No.
Oh my goodness gracious. I've been dancing a long time.
I know.
I haven't danced like this since college. Do do do, do 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 do.
A couple more seconds.
Sure,
Maybe.
sure. Just a couple more minutes. Oh, there I'm at. There my dancing. Now I'm dancing. Oh, I thought I was gonna die. I'm like Loki in that movie. I've been falling for 10 minutes.